What's up, YouTube? We got a new build here, man. It's an 80 something Monte Carlo SS. I'm not sure what year it is. It's my cousin's car, and he's going jet black. He wants triple black, black of the black. So, and he wanted so slick that you can dive into the paint. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna tear it down. We're gonna get the door handles off, side glass off, spoiler off, tail lights off, and then we're gonna go ahead and walk around it and mark all our dings like this right here that we can see. We're gonna fix all the dents that we can see, and then we're gonna start blocking it. Start blocking it with the straight block all the way around. Got some gaps we gotta line up. The doors, once we get all the body work done, like right up in here. We can see how the door is closing. It's catching a little bit, but we get it a little bit better. But yeah, that's where we at. So my guy's finna get to tearing it down, and we'll be back once he tear it down. Then we'll try to circle and find all the dings that we can find. So stay tuned. See y'all in the next clip. All right, y'all, we got the Monte Carlo all blocked down. Finna get it ready for his first primer, but we got to do something first. He told me somebody tried to do a body kit, or maybe he tried to do a body kit, I'm not sure, and they drilled holes into the door. So now we finna jack it up, put it on jack stands, and we finna weld these holes closed, then swipe it with Bundo mud and block the bottom of this. Then we can get it ready for paint. I mean, get it ready for the first primer. So, but everything looks good. Let's see if I can squeeze my big butt through here. We blocked it down with 80 grit. Get it all nice and straight. Got to do the same thing to down here. And then we're gonna 2K prime it. We're gonna block it with 80 grit. I mean 180. and then prime it again, and then we'll wet sand it with 320 on the block, and it should be ready for paint. This car is going black, so got to make sure everything is straight. So far nothing has touched this car but a block like it's supposed to be. We haven't used a DA, hasn't used an inline sander. Everything has been blocked by hand with a block to keep everything nice, even, and straight. Oh, but I'm missing out something. After we do the prime, we're gonna have to readjust these gaps. These gaps are too big, so we need to readjust this door. It's too tight at the bottom, so we probably need to move the door up and adjust these gaps on both sides. But all of that is after we prime it. So right now we're finna jack it up, fix this, and we'll be back. All right, we welded up these holes at the bottom of the door. Got one left. What we doing is we taking little pieces of metal, sticking it from the back side, and welding it up. So we got one more to do, and we be in the game. And we gotta do the other side.
Let me look away.
When I tell you, only two things you do is close your eyes and pray. Hold on, what we talking about? I didn't say you better call up shit.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the other spot. I used to use
Alright, YouTube. My guy done grinded all my wheels smooth. He done swiped it. And he's gonna come in tomorrow and finish blocking it. And then we're gonna play with these gaps. We're gonna try to get these gaps to align a little bit better on both sides. Get the hood to sit better, because right now it's a little bit over, you know, so it's a little bit over that way. The gaps on this side is bigger, so we're gonna try to play with it tomorrow. I know this one is bigger at the top, so we're gonna try to see if we can adjust the door, because the door do catch back here like it's sitting down too far. So we're gonna try to loosen it up, twist the door. We're gonna try to get the gaps. I did explain to the customer that these are aftermarket fenders. They are not OEM fenders. So trying to make aftermarket fenders sit like OEM fenders is hard to do. So he told me once we get the gaps set as good as we can get them, he's gonna come by and look at it, and if he don't like the way they look, then he's gonna try to find some OEM fenders. But we've already bodyworked both fenders, so I really don't want to charge him again to bodywork 2 more fenders. So we're gonna try our best to get the gaps to look as close to perfect as we can. If not, he's just gonna have to get 2 more fenders and pay for body work again, and maybe he can sell these to pay for the body work on the fenders that he get if he have to get some. So all right, YouTube, that's where we at. See y'all tomorrow, man, and then hopefully tomorrow we can end this part 1, because if we can get these gaps right, then we can go straight to primer. So see y'all tomorrow.
3 weeks later.
What's up, YouTube? We back on the Monte Carlo. It's been a few weeks since the last clip. In between the last clip and now, we did try to adjust the door gaps with the fenders, and we came to the conclusion that the hinges are bad. I just hit up my family member. If you guys don't know, this is a family member's car that I'm doing. I hit him up last night, well yesterday, and told him that we need to replace the door hinges on it. And he jumped straight on it, man, and went to OPG, Original Parts Group, ordered them, overnight them, and he brought them today, about 10 minutes ago. So we got the upper right. I'm gonna leave them in the box because I don't want to get them lower. I'm not sure what this one is. This one's not in the box. There should be another lower. Yeah, that's another lower. So now I guess next week we'll get these put on and see if we can align these door gaps a lot better. Then we're gonna call him up here to look at it, and if he says everything looks good, then we'll go ahead and go to primer. So more than likely I'm going to end this video after we get these hinges on, and then we'll pick up on part 2 with priming and possibly painting. So that's it. That's where we are. So see y'all when we get ready to put these hinges on and try to get these door gaps sitting right. Got the new hinges in on this side. See how this lines up. Should fix it. Alright, we'll be back when we get the door put back on. See y'all in a minute.
4 to 6 weeks later.
Alright, y'all, we got the Monte Carlo tore down. Finna paint the jams, and we already rust treated inside the trunk around the jams, and already body worked the front bumper. Cleaned out all the old glue around the windows. So now we finna paint under the hood, under the trunk, behind the door panels. Behind the fenders. We done already primed these parts. Got it completely tore all the way down. So let's go in the booth. Got the hood ready. Gotta clean it off and get it in the booth. Got the back side of the trunk ready. Back side of the fender's ready. So we'll be shooting this in a few minutes. Then once we paint all of these parts, we'll end part one.
Next day.
The next day, back taping the doors, hood, fenders, so we can paint the top side. We're gonna do something a little different. I've done this before with a Challenger. You guys remember the Challenger I sprayed? It makes it where there's no tape lines. So we'll paint from both top side and back side of the panels. Then we're gonna shoot the car with the panels off. So I'm gonna back up a little bit with this video because I'm pretty sure you guys are probably wondering whatever happened with the door gaps, aligning the door gaps, because that's where I left you guys off. And then it just jumped into some priming parts in the booth. So what ended up happening was we found out that it was the aftermarket fender. He went and bought an OEM fender. He actually went and bought a whole entire parts car so he can use parts for his other Monte Carlo. And he brought us an OEM fender and everything lined up perfect. So once we got everything lined up, we tore it all the way back down, started doing body work. And that's where you guys came in with the video. That's when I came in with the video of the parts being primed in the booth. So now, how you see the car after we prime the car is how we're going to paint it. So we're going to paint it just like this. We're going to paint it just like this. And then once everything is painted, then we're going to put it all back together. So everything will be painted separately. The bumpers, the doors, the fenders, everything will be painted separately, and everything will be installed once everything is painted. Pretty much the same way y'all see it on TV is how we're doing it, which is the proper way to do a show car paint job. So you just got to have a good team, a good couple of guys that can put it back together without scratching it. But that's where, like, if you're putting the trunk on, you would tape off right here so you don't scratch this. So certain areas you got to tape off when you're installing the parts so you don't scratch it. But that's where we at, YouTube. Once he get through back taping those parts in the booth, we're gonna flip them over, then I'm gonna paint the top side. And then we'll prime this car and get the body ready for paint. So, see y'all in the next clip. What's up, YouTube? All right, man. We got the top part of the parts, panels, whatever you want to call it, painted. Driver's side door, slick. Passenger side door, slick. The hood, slick. Fender. When I was painting, I had the fenders laying flat, and I actually got a small run on the top part of the other fender, so I didn't paint the other fender. So I still got some other parts to paint. I got to paint the bumpers, trim around the tail lights. Still got a lot more stuff to paint, so I'll squeeze the other fender in when I paint the other parts. Trunk, I might be redoing this trunk. Everything came out almost perfect, but I can still see some ring right in here, and I don't like it. Other than that, then you can probably see like a little ring right there. You might not can't see it on camera, but I don't like it. So I might be redoing this. Well, I know I'm going to be redoing this trunk, but everything else came out pretty good. So, all right, YouTube. That's it for part one, man. Part two, we'll pick up on either, well, I don't know. We're either gonna paint the other parts or we're gonna paint the car. But I know we're gonna prime the car, and I might paint the other parts while my body guy blocked the car down. So we'll see. I know for a fact we're gonna prime it first, and then I'm probably gonna paint the bumpers, the other fender, and I might redo this trunk before I shoot the car while he's blocking the car. But anyway, this the run, y'all. I'll show you guys. Man, the fender came out slick, man, but no, oh, there it is right there. So we'll wet sand that run out and repaint that fender. Like I said, we still got bumpers, other pieces to paint, trim pieces around the headlight, door mirrors. So still got a lot more stuff to paint, so we'll squeeze that fender in. Sorry, YouTube. Subscribe and see what we do next.